there, everybody. This is CP666 back with you, and you know, it is absurd the number of people who seem to think that I am impersonating them. That's false. That is very wrong, and you are also very wrong for telling me. Hey! What do you think you're doing? This is my channel. This is my set. Get out of here. This is my channel. Oh yes, this is my channel.
You think this is your channel? Well, we'll just see about that.
Oh my God! Come here, you! Wow, and it's even recording too. What a jerk. So I suppose I should probably explain what the deal is up with that. I made myself a clone using this green wall, and said clone seems to want to take over my channel, and my show, and my video set. But not while I'm around, because I am the real CP666, and I'm here to talk to you about something that is, well, really quite unfortunate. And it's not the first time that this has happened either. It happened, when did it happen? I think it was late 2010, maybe early 2011. Would have been December, January-ish. The last time this happened, there was a whole swath of people that came out of the woodwork onto my channel comments, and they wanted to rip my head off, to put it very, very generally. And so in order to prevent such unnecessary surgeries, because I like my head attached to my body, I am going to be making this video to basically clear the air, let you know what happened, and some potential reasons as to why it happened. So I recently made 2 videos, one of which is a rant about Windows 8 and the modern computing experience. The other one is, really, my old computer is junk? Where I basically show my T42P doing semi-modern things. 2 people came around and noticed a slight similarity to their videos, and they mentioned it. And I have to say, while it was completely unintentional, there is a slight similarity to these videos. And I figure I would make this to sort of clear the air and go over why that may have actually happened. The first video, which was the rant, that one was recorded, oh heavens, probably about 5 or 6 minutes after I'd seen the video in question. And I don't know what happens, but after I see a video and I make my own, I start sounding like the person in the video that I just watched. It's not the first time it's happened, and it usually happens off camera too. I start talking with all sorts of weird funny accents, and I start talking like I am a totally different person. And that just will not do in a video. But I'd gotten frustrated with both XSplit and Super Video Converter and even Sony Vegas because they would simply not work with my video that I had created. It was done on a webcam. So I just busted out my Audacity audio recorder and I recorded the audio. And unfortunately, it sounded quite a bit like the video in question, but I didn't care because I just wanted that done. Ordinarily, if it sounded a little bit like a video in question, I would have just redone the whole thing. The second video, my spiel about what an old computer can do, that T42P is my stand-in when my T500 is rendering videos to do YouTube and all that kind of stuff. It can't do higher than 360p video, but that doesn't matter because I don't watch anything higher than 360p anyway. 480p and higher just don't entice me at all. I'm happy with the video quality of 360p. And it seems to be the thought of many, many people out there that Flash Player cannot run on an old computer. It has to be running on an i7 4770K or something like that. And that is a gross exaggeration, to be perfectly honest with you, but unfortunately there's probably somewhere out there who thinks that. So I figure, well, I'll demonstrate doing that. And the DVD part of that, I don't want to call it a spur-of-the-moment thing because that's not what it really was, but I wanted a Kubuntu disc. And I don't have any CDRs at the moment, so I had to take a DVD. And I thought, hey, that T42 has a DVD writer, so why not demonstrate it doing that at the same time? But And here's where I went wrong. I will admit I eyeballed the video description of the video in question while writing my own. Really wish I didn't do that, because that really isn't cool. That being said, that's my whole little thing about it. I'll tell you what, society likes a liar about as much as they like a crook, and I'm neither of those. So. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of unfortunate that this kind of thing actually happened, but I'm glad that somebody actually noticed it and pointed it out before it became a real problem. So I do sincerely apologize to anybody who I've harmed along the way, and hopefully something like this does not happen again, because really, ripping people's video ideas off, sounding like other people, attempting to impersonate them, is just, that's not right. But anyways, on to more positive things. Let's get on to the rest of the video, where I talk about videos that are up and coming. So until then. Is he on? Alright, I think he's gone. Good. I'm the real CP666. He is not, and I don't know what is up with him, because that's also very, very... With no regard to the mess in the background, if anybody would be so kind as to identify what this shirt says, I would be happy. This video section is going to be flipped, so you can read it exactly as it is in the real world. So if you can identify what this says right here, I would appreciate it. Thank you. I wonder how well my little attempt at creating a light shield to not eliminate, but lessen the little dark blotch that's on the bright blotch that's on my green wall. I used this. I'm not sure how well it worked yet, but this is actually a drawing, because in my spare time I do draw fictional characters, mostly fan art of various things on the internets. And that I'm actually going to keep around, because that's going to be used for all my future green screening projects. But anyway, future videos. Let's see here. I don't know. Well, if I ever find a PC that can run the software for that camera and has a serial port, I might demonstrate that camera in operation with the software. But I might also demonstrate the Macintosh version, although I think I already have. I might demonstrate it again. Speaking of Macintosh software, I am going to probably be, sometime in the future, demonstrating Insignia Soft Windows 95 on this iMac. I don't have a whole lot of old, vintage PC software. Most of my stuff is Macintosh. But I might be able to coax up some interesting pieces. I have a copy of Office 97 for starters that I think would be nice. And it's also always nice to use your computers. This is something that really ticks me off. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before in a video, but as you can see, not only is the stupid keycap missing, but the rubber dome is missing. I lent this computer to my brother after his died, that T61 that failed, that I got parts for my T61 from. After that failed, I gave him this. The key was still intact when I gave it to him, and it ain't no intact right now. And so that keyboard's junk, and I'm really pissed off about that, because that was basically a perfect keyboard. Well, not really, but it was as perfect as they come. Most of these machines have problems, and the keyboards themselves, I can't find a good one. And oh boy, let me tell you something. On the Canadian eBay, and don't tell me to search the ebay.com site, because most of the sellers on there seem to think it's alright if they just ship to the United States for one reason or another. I actually think that is asinine, unless there's a good reason for it, because really, it is not, I don't think it's that hard if you're living in, say, Maine or New Hampshire, any of the upper states, the northern states, to ship to Canada. Especially to somebody who is not exactly living up in the Arctic of Canada, Arctic zone of Canada, sorry, because the Arctic is not part of Canada. But let me tell you something. The entire palm rest assemblies for 17-inch MacBook, or 17-inch PowerBooks, that's gonna probably run me about $80-90. A new printer cartridge is gonna run me about $80 or $90. I would rather spend that kind of money on upgrades. In fact, I would rather spend that kind of money on new SCSI hard drives for things like the PowerBook 180, which is in there, as well as the 520C. I'd love to get the 520C working, because that's a color Macintosh, and from what I hear, color Macintoshes were not exactly popular, because they were really, really expensive. Like, we're talking $600, $700 back in the day. $6,000, $7,000 back in the day, sorry. Yes, that is a bunch of CD-ROMs strewn out all over the floor. I really need to fix that. Well, it's just not something I really want to do at the moment. My knee is giving me a hard time, and that's kind of not really good because I'm only 17. I shouldn't be having kind of these knee problems. Oh, man. What else? Oh, yes, that's one other thing. I wanted to do a video about these two, boomboxes. This is an RCA. That is an RCA, like I just said. I'm really tired. It's about 10 o'clock, and I've been up since 6 this morning due to some neighbors playing their music at very high volumes. But anyway, so this is one of those fancy-pantsy, golly gee whiz, new boom boxes that they have on the market now. It's really sleek looking, if I were to say so myself, and those are functional ports, as far as I can tell. But there's an issue that I have here. You see, I wanted to make a video about them. When would it have been? That's the other one. About, it's more than a week ago. So anyway, excuse me, whenever it was, I took them out of where they normally are, which is nestled back in there, which has also become a mess. And I took them out, and I was testing them, and I pulled the cord off of this one. Well, smart me forgot where I put the cord. So now I can't find the power cord. And the unfortunate thing is it takes one of these dumb power cords, which is round on one end and flat on the other. So a generic two-prong cord like this doesn't fit. Which is really, really annoying because I have so many of these, but I only have 2 of these. And I lost the other one. I could just use this one, but it's not the same cord. And, yeah, it's not the same cord. This one, the end is actually a little bit thicker. The actual plug that plugs into the wall socket is a little bit thicker than the one that was on here. And that's one problem. But when I was testing it, I found out that there's a reason why we have 2 of these. Not only is this one sort of beat up, but it has a logic problem. Whenever you insert a CD and start skipping through various tracks, in fact, I'll show it to you right now. I'm going to yank the cord off of this one, which, by the way, is set to a radio station that I really like to listen to. Pull the cord off. Analog tuners, remember when those existed? This is what the power cord looks like. So I have to have one that's like that. Excuse me. Wow, I am, like, really gassy this tonight. This is real nice. And I just cut my finger, and that's real great as well. That has to come off because that is sharp. And let me go tend to my finger at the moment. Alright, I'm back. That does not seem to be working. But anyways, yeah, that has to be really dealt with because that is sharp as crap. Anyway, okay. So if we power it on, or not, I guess it's not going to work now that it's on camera. There we go. So let's go over to the CD. And let's grab a CD here. This is the first one that I happened to find in the mess that is my CD collection, which is all over there and all over the floor. Let's just try and play something here. Turn the volume down because the last thing I want is for me to be blasted out of my pants with a CD. And let's hit play. So you can hear it's playing normally. I don't know what's up with that. And then it all of a sudden just stopped. You know, I remember when that show actually was on TV. Don't want to play too much of that. Yeah, see, look at that. It just totally just stops working. That's what it does. Every once in a while when you start skipping songs, it has a little logic glitch and it reboots itself. But that was one of the sole reasons why we got another one of these units. I didn't even do anything. I just tapped the unit and it did that. Anyway, there you have it. That's what's wrong with that. As for what's wrong with this one, the only reason why I still have it is because it has an AM tuner on it. This one does not. This is FM only. But this one has an AM tuner. It's analog. But the CD player doesn't work. Last I knew, it has an issue. It's out of alignment and it scratches upon the disc. Or at the very least, the disc rides on something and starts scratching. But it doesn't actually scratch the disc surface, which is interesting. And the tape player needs new belts. There's obviously a belt issue. Oops, it's not even on. But no matter what I do, or whatever mode I put on, whichever, I don't know what they call these, take-up wheel drives, I don't know. They're not capstans. But this thing right here, this little rolly thing. Wow, wonderful terminal. Anyway, okay. So whenever you put it into like fast forward or rewind, you can see it freezes up, but it doesn't actually move. So that's my understanding of a belt problem, and that is a belt problem. Oops. Yeah, this is also very broken. I don't know what's broken about it. It looks all right to me, but obviously there's a problem somewhere because that should not happen. Oh, you know, no, it's not. They're both intact. Wow, that is very odd. But anyway, so that's what's wrong with that one. And my main stereo up here, which I only use to drive that thing, that has working tape decks, although I'm pretty sure that those are going to need new belts as well, because they are kind of loose, I can tell. And the CD player, the CD changer, needs a new drive motor, because that is dead to the world. I don't know if the motor itself has a problem, or if there's something up in the driving circuit that is behind it, or if there's something up in the logic with this deck. But either way, the CD player does not work. It doesn't find a disc, and well, it acts as if there's a disc in there, but it won't spin it up. It tries, but it won't do it. So I'm not sure what is up with that. It is quite interesting, and I've never seen it before, certainly. So that's pretty much it in terms of videos that I'm planning on making. Not a whole heck of a lot that I'm planning to make. I will... Wow, that was... what was that? There will be storm videos. There will be other videos showing up every once in a while. A few things. Not sure what I'll do in terms of all of that. I'd love to get this stereo working with that thing, because I would love to reclaim this as my sound system for this ThinkPad over here, but alas, such may never become true. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then. Figure I should probably explain that. I made myself a clone, and that clone decided it was going to come into real life and take over my show, which is just real great. Do that again. So, and the last time that happened, I had a whole bunch of people, a whole swath of them, just do that again. Last time, and it already is. That's great. Oh well, probably should have seen that coming. The last time this, it just tacked the camera. Wow, I need to clean the thermal grease off of those. That's bad. Anyway, back onto your regularly scheduled program. And I'll tell you what, I hope this comes out very good, because it's the third time actually, you know what? It's the 5th time I've tried doing this. First time I didn't do this whole green screen thing. Second time, I did do a green screen thing, but I hated it. Third time I had done it, but then I didn't like the way it came out. The 4th time that I did today, the green screen failed to work, so now I have my lights on. And 2 people came around and mentioned a site similarity. Wow, similarity. That's an interesting word right there. Not sure where that came from, but it means I have to do that again. The first video, I'm not sure what happened. Why do that again? I don't care if it takes until eternity. I am going to get this right. Really? God damn it. I have a brother, and he's in the room next door, and he's yakking on and on about something or another, and it's really, really annoying. And, oh, Jesus. What the hell? It's a stupid Sharpie. Oops. At least I landed on a bed. I mean, that's probably the best part about that. I could have been doing it on the floor, and I could have like really hurt something. The second video, the junk T4. That isn't the first time I've done that either. And the last take I did of this, I was all like T64P, and like that isn't even a model number for a ThinkPad, like actually. The second video, the rant. It's not even a rant. Okay, I can't even do this. This is not working very well. How long has this taken me? About 9 minutes. Just for one little simple clip at the beginning, and I still have the first part to do. And I figure, well, this T42 has a DVD player and DVD writer. We'll do that again.